And welcome back to another video today. Welcome to the Football Expert. My name is Reikley Ruby, and today we will be doing an Arkansas 2026 football prediction. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Help me reach my 7,000 subscriber goal by the start of the college football season. Like this video if you enjoy it. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know what you think Arkansas will be doing this season. Do you think that they're going to be able to have a good first season under Ryan Silverfield? My apologies here. Ryan Silverfield, or do you think that it will be a disappointing tenure once again, akin to like a Chad Morris? So let's get right into today's video, starting out with the schedule. So we have North Alabama week 1, easy win there. There's just nothing to talk about. I'm going to give an easy win to the Razorbacks. Then you have a road game at Utah. And this is where I think it starts to get a bit interesting. Obviously, when you go to the Arkansas depth chart, you go to the roster, you see KJ Jefferson there at quarterback. And that's going to be one of the most interesting parts of this team as a whole. When looking at this team, I think you see a team that is really needing to see a lot from Jefferson early on here today, not today, this season, because he is a critical part of this offense, critical part when it comes to running the ball. Are you going to be able to see an increase in production versus guys that have been there before, Taylon Green and KJ Jefferson? Despite this being under a different regime, this same Arkansas dynamic is still in there with the 3 transfer wide receivers and Donovan Fupple. I think that's how you say it. Chris Marshall and Jamar Hawkins, the 3 transfer wide receivers, a couple of them coming from Memphis, and then one of them coming from Memphis, one of them coming from Boise State, and one of them coming from New Mexico State. All of them have had decent production in the past. All of them have had some sort of good production at the wide receiver position. But it does need to have a lot of improvement in it. And with that, you see this game against Utah, a very critical matchup and something that is going to play an important part in this Arkansas season as a whole. And because of that, I do think that is a critical point, but I do have a loss here. I know both Utah and Arkansas have brand new head coaches. So don't get me wrong. I'm not picking because one of them has a new head coach and one of them doesn't. I just think that Arkansas is in a much worse position. I just don't know what the defense is going to look like this year. I think that it's going to be a above average defense in college football as a whole. But is this an above average defense in Power 4? Is this above average defense generally? I'm just not sure whether this team is at that level defensively. And offensively, I just don't know how the wide receiver quarterback connection is going to be this year with so many different wide receivers. Even though you have had a quarterback there that has been there for the past few seasons now in Jackson as a redshirt sophomore, but at the same time, he's still new into starting quarterback. So loss there for the Razorbacks. Then you have a home game against Georgia. This is an easy loss for the Razorbacks. I'm sorry. If this game was later in the season, maybe I would be a little more convinced by Arkansas winning this game. But right now, there's just no shot Arkansas wins this game against Georgia. Georgia's too good of a team. Stetson Bennett's too good of a quarterback. And this Georgia team defensively is still an elite team. There's zero doubt about that. So heading into the next matchup, a must-win matchup against Tulsa, and a quick, fun one with Tulsa. Trey Lamb, their head coach, is a cousin to the coach here at Anderson University. Or no, I'm sorry, not a cousin, a nephew to Coach Bobby Lamb here at Anderson. So I do think that Tulsa and Trey Lamb have a interesting thing going on there. Obviously, him going from FCS D2 all the way up to Division I and now to the Group of 6 area obviously has superb coaching ability when it comes down to it. But when I look at this Tulsa team, I just don't think that they have enough to be able to beat a team like Arkansas just skill-wise. So I have a loss there for Tulsa, a win for Arkansas. So 2-2 on the season. Road game against Texas A&M. This is going to be a very interesting matchup because on the road, A&M, I like Arkansas in some upset here, and you'll see where I like them the most. I think Arkansas and Silverfield do get an upset this season. I don't think it's at Kyle Field. I don't think it's going to be in that scenario, just because when looking at a Mike Elko team that is so well coached, it's not just a team that has athletic ability like Alabama or Georgia, though they also have decent coaches. It's a team that has good coaching plus a returning quarterback in Marcel Reed. So there's also that. Marcel Reed's important in that equation. Then you have a home game against Tennessee. And this is where I am going to have the upset. I think that they get the win here against Tennessee for no other reason than I think Arkansas finds a spark somewhere in here. I just don't think that they get steamrolled by everybody in the conference. It's possible. It's very possible. But I don't think that they do. So I do think they upset Tennessee here because I'm just not 100% sure where Tennessee's at. And with no quarterback, Joey Aguilar not returning, new quarterback situation. I find that interesting to see what will happen there. So I have a win for the Razorbacks in that one, upset win. Then a road game against Vanderbilt. After that, you have a bye week, but Vanderbilt on the road. Yes, Clark Lee loses Diego Pavia. You lose Eli Stowers to the draft, and Diego Pavia to the Baltimore Ravens. But the problem is that Clark Lee has started to reload at this Vanderbilt squad. This is not just a team that has one good season, a one-off that makes no logical sense other than it just worked together and that's it. No, I think that this Clark Lee team, and obviously with a five-star quarterback coming in, the local product, this is a team that they got a guy that was committed to Georgia to flip to Vanderbilt Commodores. We're talking about the same Vanderbilt here that had like a 40-game SEC losing streak or something. Like this is a different Vanderbilt beast. Road game against Vanderbilt. I don't think they have the best home field advantage, but it is a home game for Arkansas, and Arkansas does have a good home field advantage. So win for the Commodores there. Bye week. Then you have Missouri, a very interesting game here. Generally, this game has been played at the end of the season, if I remember correctly, but now you have LSU at the end of the season, the battle for the boot at the end of the season. So I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup because Drinkowitz has a lot of production to replace at the running back position, at the quarterback position. You have a lot of production to replace. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, this cross-border rivalry between Arkansas and Missouri, I think, goes in Missouri's favor. I just don't see Missouri having the ability to beat a team like Arkansas. Or I'm sorry, Arkansas to beat a team like Missouri that had a good season last year. This was a Missouri team that had a fantastic season last year. A Missouri team that deserves a lot more credit than they've been getting as of recently. So therefore, I think that a Missouri team that went 8-4 in conference, 4-4, or 8-5 overall, 4-4 in conference, with a 3-point loss to Alabama, a 7-point loss to Vanderbilt, an 11-point loss to Oklahoma, a 6-point loss to Virginia. This is a team in Missouri that has a lot of capabilities of really getting further. And the 14-point win against Arkansas, 31-17 at the end of the season, I think shows the indicator that Missouri is just the better team. Then you have a road game against Auburn. This is a very interesting matchup between the two first-year head coaches in the SEC, Alex Golesh and Ryan Silverfield. From everything that I can tell, Arkansas fans, correct me if I'm wrong, Arkansas wanted Golesh over Silverfield. So I think I'm going to pick Auburn, the coach that Arkansas even wanted, and Golesh over the Silverfield and the Razorbacks. I think Byron Brown is a better quarterback than KJ Jackson is. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a pretty easy take to make. So a win there for the Tigers. Then you have a home game against South Carolina. And this is where I think it's interesting because this one could go back and forth in my category. It could be a South Carolina win if South Carolina is having a good season and doesn't fire Shane Beaver at this point. It could be a good win for our South Carolina. A good win for Arkansas. If Arkansas has gotten a couple more wins here, beat Auburn or beat Missouri, maybe a 3-game win streak possibly on the line, really starting to roll. I just don't see it here. I favor South Carolina in this matchup. Lenora Sellers and Dylan Stewart just beast on the offensive and defensive ends. And I think that that's going to be the difference. And I think that this is an improved South Carolina team from last year. Then you have 2 crazy tough games at the end of the season. A road game against Texas. The Longhorns, one of the best teams in the country coming into this season. Even though I am not on as high on Arch Manning as some people are, I know some people are super high on him, and some people are like, this is the worst prospect of all time. I'm in the middle because, well, I don't think he is a bad prospect by any means, but I also don't think he's the greatest prospect to ever walk the earth. So I have a loss here for Arkansas. I think that Texas has so many weapons just around them. Cam Coleman, the transfer from Auburn, is going to be a beast at Texas, just flat out one of the best wide receivers in all of the country, and will be a great draft pick come next year this time. I have that as a win for Longhorns, loss for Arkansas. Then finally a road game against LSU, or I'm sorry, a home game for the Battle of the Boot. And as we all know on this channel, rivalries are a whole different ball game. You can win a rivalry game. You can lose a rivalry game. It is a complete toss-up. It's never a sure thing, but I do think Arkansas at 3-8 right now does get another loss. I have the Razorbacks going 3-9 on the season. I know Arkansas fans don't want to hear me in this. It's just not. I don't think Arkansas is in a great place right now as a program. And because of that, I think that this team is going to struggle early to be able to get wins. With a win against North Alabama, yeah, but then a road game against Utah, a home game against Georgia, a road game against A&M, a home game against Tennessee, a road game against Vanderbilt, Missouri, Auburn, South Carolina. And if you can get a win against Vanderbilt or a couple wins against Missouri and Auburn and South Carolina, then this team could very much reach bowl eligibility in Silverfield's first season. I just don't see it. I don't love the Arkansas roster right here. We'll see if I'm wrong. So let me know if you think I'm wrong, Arkansas fans. And if not, hit 1 or 2 videos down below. Won't be a playlist of all of my suggested videos or all my college football predictions. Hit the subscribe button up here as well. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.